pretty floors and fresh paint might be nice, but nobody likes to get catfished. So, on today's episode, we're talking about interior spaces. And I've got my favorite home inspector with us to give us his expert opinions and thoughts, Hans Coleman with 5281, A Step Above Home Inspections.
Hello.
Thanks for being here today.
Always my pleasure. Love it.
All right, so interior spaces. Nobody likes getting catfished, and it's so easy, especially with a fix and flip. Everything looks so nice and so new.
You can cover everything up with a drywall.
Yeah. And I mean, as an inspector, you're only inspecting what you can see, so that can make it difficult sometimes.
We do have our limitations. I'd love to be able to pull down a wall. I think it'd be fun, but I don't think other people are going to like that too much.
Maybe someday you'll have X-ray vision. They can install superpowers.
We're close.
Yeah,
We're
I
close.
think so.
We got those thermal cameras now. We see it. We can see it.
So when we're talking about the interior spaces and floors and paint and that kind of stuff, what kinds of defects are you looking for in an inspection that a buyer might not necessarily notice?
Yeah, so pretty much in the living areas, we're going to be checking your windows, drywall, and doors. Make sure that they shut and close correctly. Same with the windows and the doors. Are there fog between the glass panes, that kind of stuff. For drywall itself, we're looking for nail pops and, of course, any bulging in the walls itself. And is the wall itself level? Does it go like this? Did it put it up like this? Is then this a 90 degree to them? What is it,
Yeah, actually that 90-degree thing. So when I'm looking at places, and especially on these fix and flips, I think there's a couple of things you can look for to see like the quality of craftsmanship, right? And the attention to detail. So like a couple of the things that I look at are the switch plate covers and the outlet covers. Like if you walk in and they've like redone a bunch of stuff and it's all nice and new, but there's still the old gross yellow switch plates or
they mismatched. They put a nice white faceplate cover on with that olive actual electrical outlet itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gross. I mean, it says to me it's a little bit of a lack of attention to detail and a little bit lack of quality, like not doing the whole job. What else? The 90 degrees thing, like looking where floors go together, where they meet up with the walls. And seeing like, are there gaps or does the floor nicely go right up to the wall underneath the baseboard?
Is it the same? Like if you put tile up against a wall, is this tile 12 inches and the next one, this one, it just keeps going down because they didn't do that right? They didn't do that. They didn't give us that 90 degree.
Right.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a 90 degree angle in a home. You want there to be, but realistically, they're hard to find. You just can't really get those 90 degrees.
Well, I mean, it's something we said earlier in another episode, like just nothing's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that you want it, but unfortunately, it doesn't happen all the time like
that. Let's talk about cracks again.
Everybody loves a good cracker.
So we talked about cracks and I know you said when we were in a structural episode, you were saying, hairline cracks are no big deal. Vertical cracks are usually no big deal.
In the foundation walls, yep.
Mm-hmm. And so what you're really looking for that's a problem is if it's kind of a thicker crack and it's going horizontally.
Well, we're looking for it all, but those are the ones that are like panic-stricken, just time to walk away.
Yeah. And what about, so we're talking about the foundation wall earlier, but now as we look at interior walls and spaces, for example, I know I've been in places where I'll look around at the walls and I'll look inside of a closet and I'll see just like a whole crack going right up.
Sure. Especially from door frames and windows. Yeah.
Yeah. So is there a good way to know when that's an issue or when it's no big deal, it just settled?
Yeah. Well, if the house is really old and you're still having reoccurring cracks, like brand new ones that are coming around, but the house is, say, 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, whatever it is, and you're still finding brand new cracks, there's a continuing issue with that. Most likely something to do with your gutter system or the drainage on the outside of the house, especially for those established homes. However, on the brand new homes, we'll be looking for cracks at the the door frames themselves. Like maybe you have a crack coming up from the door frame, or the window. Maybe there's a crack coming down from the window frame itself. So we're looking at those kind of things too. And then we're trying to put a bigger piece of the puzzle together. Is there also cracking in the basement? Is there cracking up happening with the roof, with the siding on the outside, that kind of stuff.
So
It's a big puzzle.
Yeah, it is a big puzzle. So as a buyer, on the one hand, you can get a structural engineer out to look at some things and kind of give their professional opinion. And aside from that, moving into the house and then watching for the new cracks. So as a homeowner, um, I think that you can mark where cracks are, like
Sure.
with a sharp, especially if you're in the basement or something, or on a bedroom wall, you could use a marker or some maybe even just some tape, to mark where it is and the date, and then watch for it over time. Like, is that crack extending? Because then that's something that you definitely need to deal with.
Kind of like the height chart we do for our children.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, same general concept. Let's see how far this is growing this week.
Let's talk about smoke detectors, because that's something, it's so important. Nobody wants to die in a fire.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gotta hurt.
So, yeah, put batteries in your smoke detectors, people.
And leave them up, yeah, batteries, and leave them up. I have a friend that's got rid of all of them.
We were just in a house like that. If your smoke detector battery is bad and needs to be changed and your smoke detector starts beeping, please just change the battery.
But for some strange reason, the battery chirps are always at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. It's like there's something inside the memory of the motherboard of those detectors that say, let's just start playing with everybody at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why. So everybody, of course, is frantically trying to figure out which one it's coming from. And of course, at 2 o'clock in the morning, the only thing you're going to do is rip it down and throw it across the room. Shut up.
I agree. Now, so there should be one inside every bedroom on the ceiling. There should be one outside every sleeping area within 15 feet.
That's for carbon monoxide, so it's just the common area directly out by the bedrooms.
So the smoke detectors just needs to be in the common area outside the bedrooms.
Correct, yeah.
And then smoke detectors should be on each level in a common area, even if there are no bedrooms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, we got the smoke detectors down. What about odors or other signs of pets that you might smell or see when you're on site? Do you note that in your reports?
So, yes and no. We'll mention it to the people while we're there at the inspection, but we probably won't put anything in the inspection report because we're not there for aesthetics. And smells are kind of aesthetics. I can't prove it. It may just be really bad for that day, but tomorrow it might be just fine. I don't really know. So realistically, when it comes to that kind of like termites, we're probably not really going to say too much about that kind of stuff in an inspection report. It's got its own that's a whole other monster.
Okay.
That's more for you guys.
I was just going to say that becomes more part of my job. And there's a couple of things about animal smells, smells in general, that if it's coming from feces, that can be dangerous to breathe in. I had a house not too long ago that when the cleaner came in, we actually discovered that the cat had been getting behind the vanity in the bathroom and using like underneath the cabinet as a litter box.
Nice.
And nobody really knew at the time, so when it's time to get everything cleaned up, the cleaner found that and was just scraping out all of this poop and stuff from underneath the cabinet. And that's dangerous. It's dangerous to breathe in.
It's dangerous for your new pets that you're bringing into the place too, because what if that cat wasn't vaccinated? And they're peeing all over things, and now that your pet picks up a disease from that previous.
Well, and it just smells bad, right? Like if you've got a cat that sprays the walls, they might spray the furniture. You could get rid of the furniture, but if they're spraying the walls, that's a lot more difficult to deal with. And this greatly impacts resale value. I know we're kind of focused on the home in these inspection episodes, but Man, you could expect to get tens of thousands of dollars less than market value if you're trying to sell a home that you walk in and smell animals.
Absolutely. If you walk in, you open up that door and that smell just knocks you back,
Mhm.
yeah, you probably wanna do something about that. As the seller, just in general, though, too, replace your carpets, maybe kills the subfloor, maybe that's what you have to do because it's so bad in there.
Yeah, replacing flooring and, getting another couple coats of paint on, those things can help a lot. There's also enzymatic cleaners and some things like that.
There's some ozone machines that helps out with that stuff too.
Yeah,
That
the air
uh,
filters, yep, all of that. Um, okay, Hans, fact or fiction? If your floor is squeaky, you have some structural concerns.
Probably not structural concerns, but there are definitely I mean, squeaky floors are just really annoying to walk in that same place and then hear, like, thing going on. So I can get that. There's easy ways to fix it, easy-ish ways to fix it. But no, a structural issue, probably not too terribly much on a structural issue, unless it's everywhere. Like, if it's here, there, and you can't walk without a squeaky something, then we'll have a different conversation. But if it's just that one spot in the living room,
But like we said, I mean, nothing's perfect. And these floors, I mean, you're talking about wood. Eh,
and it's going to expand and contract over time, it's going to wear. It's just, it's going to get a little bouncier.
And if you can get underneath it, like if your basement is unfinished, you can pretty easily find a squeak and put a screw into it with the subfloor, can't you? And just kind of stop the squeak.
You should realistically, to fix that, should only be going down. So the screw needs to be going down, never up. But if you are top of it, you can put liquid nails. You can have somebody stand up there and put liquid nails on the joist.
Oh,
And that'll stop the wood from being able to bounce and squeak. But never put a screw up, only down.
okay. Yeah, that.
Screw up. No, wait, hold on, hold on. Screw down, not up. Yeah. It's good from both angles. Not so good this way. Better this way. So, okay, sorry. We're done.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of these homes, especially recently renovated ones, they look good. They are nice and pretty. They have pretty floors,
Yeah,
fresh paint. But there's a lot of stuff underneath there that could be going on. So,
absolutely.
um,
Hiding. Gotta try and find what they're hiding.
yeah. Well, thanks for talking to us about this stuff today. We've got Hans Coleman, 5281, A Step Above Home Inspections. If you need anything in your house inspected, I highly recommend Hans. And thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
If you like this content and want to support the channel, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go.